Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about one of my favorite events, and they're celebrating their 50th anniversary this year, Knott's Scary Farm. Now, I'm going to be going over some of the goodies that I bought. One of the main ones I had to have this year was the book, The History of Knott's Scary Farm, also known as Knott's Halloween Haunt for some of the veterans of Scary Farm if they've been going sooner. But if you haven't had a chance to read this book, if you're a fan of amusement parks or just Halloween haunts in general, this is a great book to have because, believe it or not, Knott's Scary Farm was one of the first Halloween haunts ever. So they're celebrating their 50th anniversary, so it's really great. It's a great history of it, of haunts and the monsters involved. I'm not going to go over like a full review of the book or anything like that, but if you're definitely interested in spooky stuff, haunts, just haunt history in general, it's a great book to have. So it's one of the things I picked up this year at the 50th anniversary. One of the other things I got was the lantern. Ooh. These are sold out. There were interactive elements throughout the park that the lantern set off, and I was lucky enough to go opening night to get one because I heard that I think week 2 or 3 they were sold out. Obviously on my channel we don't really do we don't really go and stream at the events and stuff like other YouTubers do. Mostly I kind of like to go over the merchandise, things you could buy, and then talk about my overall experience. This year the 50th was fantastic. There were a lot of great, there were 3 new mazes. All 3 of them are fantastic. They're all great. The monsters were really spot on this year. If you have not gone to Knott's Scary Farm, I do suggest you go at least once, just for the experience, because it's a really fun event. I had a really great time. So, anyway, moving on to more stuff I bought. I didn't get a whole lot, but I wanted to get some of the more collectible stuff. And the other 2 things I got were the Knott's Scary Farm 50th anniversary collectible cards. And if you guys see, the price tag is $13.13, which I thought was actually hilarious. Because if you're familiar with anything spooky, the number 13 kind of pops up a lot, And let's kind of go through these a little bit. So the first one obviously is one of the new mazes, the Chilling Chambers. And with these collectible cards, they did them in the early 2000s, and I think they also did them in the 90s. And so they brought him back. Now, we also have one for Mesmer, which is another great maze this year. The Goring 20s, which is one of my favorite scare zones. Hello there, Hefty Ho. I love the Goring 20s. It's kind of right in the middle of the Midway area. It was never really a scare zone before, but they turned it into one, and it's kind of one of the perfect places for one. It's a great little area spot. The Cinema Slasher, which is another new maze this year. We also have Origins, which is the Curse of Calico, another one of my favorites. And Carnival. And if this art looks familiar, that's because it's done by one of our favorite artists on this channel, which is Austin Pandit. He did a lot of the promotional artwork this year for Knott's Scary Farm, which I think is really, really cool. Totally love that. This is Bloodline. This maze used to have laser tag guns, but this year they didn't do it. And then we've got Waxworks, and I think I got all of the new mazes. So that's really cool. I actually have not looked at this yet. I just opened it. So it's kind of exciting to see what we get in these packages of these collectible cards. But it's a great souvenir if you're going to Knott's Scary Farm. I do suggest picking up a pack of these cards. They're really cute. The art's really great. I love that the back they actually give a description of each maze and of what you're looking at and a little bit of a backstory. So really cool collectible to have. Another awesome thing that they came out with this year, as you guys know from my previous videos, if you watch my channel, we did the Knott's Scary Farm Halloween mystery box that they did with the tiki mug last year. This year, they did do another box. I didn't get it, but I did get the tiki mug. So this is this year's tiki mug. It's done by excuse me, I have a cough. It's done by Tiki Farm again this year, like they did last year's. And this is the limited edition mug, which I think is actually really, really cool. It's got the 50th anniversary skull on top. It's got the lantern, and it's got the grimoire, which is kind of an ongoing running theme for Knott's, because kind of like an explanation of why things are happening or why the mazes are the way they are. It also has Elvira's knife here on the side. So this is a limited edition tiki mug. On the bottom, obviously it says Knott's Scary Farm, the designer Baron Von Genius, Tiki Farm 2023. And all of these symbols are previous mazes as well. So really cool thing to have. But I love the different symbolism on it. Whereas last year's had all the different monsters from all the different scare zones. So anyway, that has been my haul, I guess you could say, of going to Knott's Scary Farm. I went twice this year. Usually I'll either go either once, but this year, because it's the 50th, we had to go twice. Plus, I wanted to go in on opening night and then kind of go a little bit after just to see if anything changed. It's my favorite Halloween event. For me, it's number one. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you guys want to hear me talk about anything else on this channel, please let me know. I hope you guys have a great one, and stay spooky out there, right?